Okay, in case of second condition, what do we assume? We assume phase difference phi to be pi. Alright, now coming back to our circle. Now we are over here. So angle is pi. If angle is pi, x-axis is cos. So cos, value of cos over here is -1. So instead of cos pi, we put in -1. So the formula gets into a1 square minus 2a1 a2 plus a2 square root of it. Alright. So it is a1 minus a2 the whole square. Square goes away. So we have here a is equal to a1 minus a2. Alright. So this is minimum. Why? Now this is the situation. Now see, this is y1, this is y2. Now since phase difference is pi, so it goes this way, this goes this way. I would also show you in terms of pendulum how it would appear. So here it will go like this, it will go like this. Now since I have shown that the amplitude of y1 is slightly bigger than that amplitude of y2, so I have drawn here bigger. So when we superimpose these two waves, now since amplitude a1 is bigger, so whatever is the difference between this and this, let's say this, so smaller amplitude. And if this amplitude would have been equal to this amplitude, the resultant would be 0. We wouldn't have seen any wave over here on superposition. Is that clear? Okay. And so this at phi is equal to pi, we get minimum amplitude. So what about intensity? Intensity also would be minimum. It is equal to amplitude square. So it would be a1 minus a2 the whole square. Alright. Okay, now how would the situation be? In one case, the pendulum would be moving this way. It has started from mean position and moving this way. Alright. Whereas in other case, the pi is the difference. So it starts from here, sine curve, starts from origin, goes to extreme position, this is pi by 2, comes back to mean position. Now pi by 2 plus pi by 2, this becomes pi, and it's going to start from here. That is, it is going to go this direction. Alright. Whereas the earlier one that I showed moved this way, was to start and to move this way. Alright. Whereas this one is going to move this way. Alright, okay, now let me try whether I can. Now, so what is going to happen is, now this blue one I told, the one which I kept above, for making it easy, I say that both the pendulums have same amplitude. So now this was to move this side, so it was to move like this. Now since the amplitude is the same, so nothing would happen, it won't move. Alright. Now if we assume that amplitude of the upper one is slightly greater, then what would happen is, if the amplitude of upper one is slightly greater, then what would happen is the resultant would be for only the upper one. So maybe it would just move like that now. Why? Because that would be the difference in amplitude of the two. Alright. So that would be the situation, and that is what I presented over here. Hope it is clear. Okay, now let's understand the third situation when phi is pi by 2. Phase difference is pi by 2. So phase difference is pi by 2 in our unit circle. We come over here, the angle is pi by 2, 90 degree, and value of cos over here is, we know cos is 0 over here. So cos pi by 2 is 0. So this entire stuff goes away. So now what happens is, it is root of a1 square plus a2 square. Alright. So this is as good as what we saw here. Only thing is, it is with root. Alright, it is square and then root. Okay, let me show it this way. So the situation is nearly same. Now here it starts like this, here also it starts like that, but here it starts from here, but this is pi by 2, right? So this, it starts from here, the phase difference is here. So this would be a cos curve, this is a sine curve. When it happens, so at that time what happens is the resultant would be root of a1 square plus a2 square. That would be the amplitude, resultant amplitude of 2. So this is pi by 2, that becomes cos curve. This becomes sine curve. So when cos curve and sine curve superimposes, we get this type, we get wave of amplitude root of a1 square plus a2 square. Now both are, now if you check it out, both are in positive direction. So it would be also in positive direction, slightly more than this, the resultant amplitude. Okay, hope you understood. See you soon.